Everybody, good Wednesday morning. This the very first day of November here at All Saints Day. Roger B. here with you at Mornings in Meridian, along with our whole team. Who does that include? That includes my main man, Rob Atkinson.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And, of course, don't forget, Mr. Charles Frazier.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
Fine, how are you?
Everybody survived Halloween, it looks like.
Didn't have one single trick-or-treater, and that made me quite happy. Isn't that sad?
None here.
And none here.
Wow.
So
0 for 3.
Is this just kind of a? Is this a law? I mean, well, we all live out in the county, so yeah.
It just shows you we know how to choose a place to live. We know how to choose a place.
Or maybe it was me on the front porch going.
Right, the shotgun.
Oh no!
Turning out the lights. Unleash the hounds. They're running.
No, that's not the tax man. I don't care. You're on my property.
When they start seeing the kids in the neighborhood, turn off the lights and let the dogs out. Off we go. Anyway, it's a fun time. It's the kids are able to get their treats, and it was busy in many neighborhoods.
Sure,
from what I understand.
Was, yeah. Now, did you guys actually purchase candy in anticipation of trick-or-treaters? Then consume it yourself, of course, would be the next question with that, knowing that nobody would actually show up.
I've got a small
I've got
stash.
a whole bunch of Reese's
We've
now
got a
at the house.
small stash ready just in case, but we knew they weren't going to be coming anyway, so I knew I was going to have some treats to eat for the next
whatever candy you wanted.
couple of months.
And the sheriff who was just tuning in here, you had a stash somewhere, and now
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, like you to leave.
Yeah.
I can't tell you where my stash is.
Hey, dude.
It's Mornings in Meridian, 2 best hours, local live talk radio. We've got a caller on the line. Let's just get to it. What do you say?
Wanna do it?
Our number, 601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Jay Slay, how are you?
He called us gentlemen.
I don't know. I'm looking for
Better
gentlemen.
than I deserve. Better than I deserve. You know, I didn't have the first trick-or-treater in Junkieville last night.
See, we live in no. Yeah, go ahead.
I had bought some candy, but it disappeared before last night.
That's very odd. Okay.
You may have to check the cameras on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Find out what happened there. And by the way, how are your scales? Are they wrong now? They used to be accurate. Are they now incorrect?
Well, they'll bring them in by truck tomorrow.
Bring them in.
Wow.
Get way to the truck stop. Yeah.
That backup warning is for sure. And,
No, good to hear you, man.
I'll need a forklift. Let me ask you guys a question. I
There we
know
go.
it's early and probably should have waited a little while.
Now,
but
let me warn you. Jay Slay's got a little bit of lawyer in him. He'll ask you a question he already knows the answer to.
Oh, one of
Oh,
those.
my gosh,
boy.
that's what my ex-wife said about me. Oh, has the Lauderdale County Board of Supervisors endorsed Willie Simmons for Transportation Commissioner of the Central District?
No, I
And the
haven't
reason
seen.
I asked that
seen
question-
that. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Well, I got a mail piece in the mail.
A mail
And
piece.
these are the words, and there's a picture of them on there. Board of Supervisors welcomed Commissioner Simmons and committed to support his reelection.
It's a picture of the Lauderdale County Board of Supervisors on there.
Well, I see Wayman, I see Todd, I see Wells, I see Rutledge, and Norwood, I think, is in there too.
Well, I guess we can ask Wayman when he's on here later this morning.
Oh, he's going to be on there?
Yeah, he's going to be on at 8 this morning.
Oh, good. Do that if you will. I'll listen in for that.
And this picture you said is where located? Where?
I got a mailer.
A mailer.
From,
That's what it was.
In the mail.
in the mail. It says re-elect Willie Simmons, Transportation Commissioner, Central District. Then on the back, there's some specific things about Lauderdale County. And one of the things is a picture of the board, and it says to the left of that picture, Board of Supervisors welcomed Commissioner Simmons and committed to support his reelection.
Interesting.
Committed.
Yes, I thought it was.
Well,
I thought it was very interesting.
that sounds extremely like an endorsement.
Yeah, it does.
All right, that's a good question. Dad.
Was it a picture of them at the supervisor meeting? Were they, Hanging in a bar?
Well, they were in the boardroom.
Okay.
Jimmy, I'm getting a comment here on Facebook from Miss LaWanda. She thinks that Supervisor Todd did. That's what she's saying here on Facebook. So I'm not sure if she got one of the mailers too. But I had thought we had gotten a mailer like that before, but I didn't really pay much attention to it. So because I thought the mailing thing was kind of over with after
that's called junk mail in my house.
Exactly.
It goes right in the junk mail file, which is kind of.
My question is: Does he have an opponent? Does he have an opponent in this race?
I believe so. Let me
Yeah.
go.
Well, why would they send out a mailer now if he didn't? He's got a Republican opponent, I do believe.
Oh, okay.
I'd have to look it up to be certain, but that's my thought, and I thought it was kind of interesting that the board would endorse a particular candidate, whether he be Republican or Democrat, because of
Yeah, I don't know why the board would do that as a board. I mean, individually, of course, you could, and that would be fine. But to do it as a whole board and to make a statement like that would be, I don't know, it would make no sense.
But it almost sounds like a statement that maybe his team put on there, and not so much. I mean, I'm not giving anybody an easy out here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the sample ballot from Donna Jill, and on Transportation Commissioner, Willie Simmons, Democrat, Ricky Pennington Jr., Republican, is in that race.
I thought he had a Republican opponent.
Right.
And back to your comment, his team probably did put that on there. And if I was a supervisor in Lauderdale County and I was in the Republican Party, I would be up in arms about him putting that on there.
Can I ask a favor of you?
Absolutely.
Would you just take a picture of that and send it to my my belt?
I'll do it. I've already done that. I think I've got your cell phone number.
I think you do. You've had my number for years.
That's the one. Yep, you know him.
That's me, Jimmy.
Let me confirm that, Mr. Burke, please, if you will.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Be careful
Roger
now.
and Debbie. No, I don't. I've got your email address.
Oh, okay. Well, you can do that. That'll work.
R.W. Burke.
That's it. Yep.
I'll email it to you.
I mean, I've got your number right here, Roger. I can say it over the air. If
You
you
sure
like.
can.
Tell everybody. We can broadcast.
Charles has your number, Roger.
Yeah. The email will come to my belt as well, so that'll be fine.
Actually, Jimmy, I just someone sent me a picture a few moments ago of the mailer here, and I'm seeing exactly what you're seeing right here. It's it's a picture of.
So give that to Roger, if you will.
We just solved this whole thing.
Yeah, at the very.
By the way, Charles.
Yeah.
By the way, Charles, my culinary experience over the past few days has been awesome.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm sorry I missed you.
What are you culinizing?
Well, no. I had lunch at the Bright Star.
Oh, I thought you were saying in Wyman's, but I got you. All right, great. Yeah.
I had brunch at the Classic on Noble. And then I had lunch at Dreamland, the original.
Wow. Okay.
Mercy.
That's the way to go.
And matter of fact, I spoke with the owner at the Bright Star, and he had good words to say about you and your establishment.
Well, I appreciate that. Those are good folks over there.
Yeah, they do a good job. It reminds me a whole lot of the old Wyden and everything.
Now, where do we find the Bright Star in these restaurants?
Bessemer, Alabama.
Bessemer, Alabama.
Oh, wow, I'll be.
It's a Greek restaurant. It's the oldest in the state of Alabama.
The oldest Greek restaurant.
Oh, the oldest restaurant in Alabama.
And I had a baklava cheesecake for dessert.
Wow.
It was in.
But anyway.
And then you had Halloween candy?
digress.
I mean, I'm a little concerned for you, Jimmy.
You're concerned for me?
Yeah, well, after the Halloween candy. After the baklava cheesecake. I mean, come on, man.
Well, I try to, if I'm out in public, I throw my arms out where people can tell when I'm walking or rolling. So, it's just one of those things.
Isn't it wonderful? You're talking about traveling up that way. Isn't it wonderful that the construction is all complete between Tuscaloosa and Birmingham?
Oh, it is.
And just get on that expressway and just zoom on in to Birmingham.
Absolutely.
Remember, I don't know if you traveled it much when it was under construction, but
Yeah.
it was a while they were putting that third lane in there.
Not only that, but I made the mistake only one time.
Yeah.
Of returning home from a trip on a Saturday when Alabama had a home game.
Yeah.
Those people coming out of Birmingham and points beyond to Tuscaloosa for a football game.
Yep.
I looked every way I could to get around that, but
I'd steer clear this weekend too. They're playing LSU in Tuscaloosa this
Hey,
weekend.
we're going to have a lot of Tiger fans here.
Oh, you'll have some come through the restaurant.
We've already got a lot of reservations.
Good deal. All right.
yes.
Well,
All right, you guys have a great day.
Well,
I'm
listen,
out
good. Thanks for the phone call, Mr. Jay Slade, checking in with us.
here. Anytime, Mr. Burke, anytime.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've got the picture of the mailer here, and at the bottom of one side of the mailer, it does have a picture of Mr. Simmons with the Board of Supervisors, and I also see Mayor Larry Gill from Meridian in the picture, and also one of the members of the Meridian City Council there. Yeah, it says Board of Supervisors welcome Commissioner Simmons and committed to support his reelection. And then there's pictures of the Sela Ward Parkway project, also the improvements of I-2059, and a pretty good record for Mr. Simmons, too. I think he's done a lot of great things for Lauderdale County. Highway 8011 widening, 145 paving, North Hill Street improvements, Highway 80 bridge replacements, list a lot of great accomplishments through 20 and 23 during his time as commissioner, transportation commissioner in the Central District. So pretty good record there. So, but yeah, that was the mailer there.
So maybe they actually are indeed committed to.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he's done a lot of great things here locally, and but yeah, he'll be on the ballot against the Republican there, Ricky Pennington Jr. So there you go.
All right.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, there you have it.
I ain't vote for him as a Democrat.
Well, just
Leave out
imagine
the
when
name.
they finally one day finish the 4-lane to Philadelphia, you'll be able to get to Doc's Toyota even quicker to get a great deal at Doc's Toyota, because we all know that there is no deal like a Doc's deal. Just go up the road right now, even before the road is fully widened. Just go and enjoy
Go
it.
on the 2-lane. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Just get up there and enjoy a nice visit to Doc's Toyota.
Or you can visit them online, which is great. They've got a great website, docstoyota.com. Lists all their inventory, whether that's brand new Toyotas, 2023 Camrys, Tacomas, 4Runners, Tundras, Highlanders, Corollas, you name it, Toyota makes it. They've got plenty of them. And, of course, they have a huge selection of pre-owned inventory. And all the pre-owned inventory has been through the rigorous multi-point Toyota inspection process. So you know it's a good quality car. And all of those pre-owned inventories are also listed on their website as well. Of course, they're right up the road, as you said, in Philadelphia's Highway 16 West. You can give them a call, 601-781-8017 for sales, and for service, 601-600-3786. There is no deal like a Doc's deal.
Amen.
Do have some updates for you guys. We did add a couple more candidates to the calendar for the next several days.
Candidate calendar.
Craig Houston is going to be stopping by the show tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Of course, he is running in District 2 for supervisor, and we'll have the incumbent today, Mr. Wayman Newell, 8 o'clock, of course, and Nick Lisi will be here in a few minutes talking about his candidacy for that District 1 judge seat here in Lauderdale County. And then we have a couple of candidates on Monday. Of course, we had already penciled in Ward Calhoun for Monday, of course, running as the Republican for sheriff of Lauderdale County. And we have a statewide candidate coming by to see us on Monday, Ty Pinkins, who is running as the Democrat for Secretary of State. Is going to be making a swing through Meridian. So they reached out to us yesterday and asked if we had any time on Monday. And we were like, sure, come on and talk about your candidacy and running for Secretary of State. So
Come on down.
So there you go.
Ty
Pinkins.
Pinkins.
Yeah, Democrat running against Michael Watson for Secretary of State. So
Roger that.
there you go.
All right, lots of see. That's why you need to stay tuned here to Mornings in Meridian, folks, because these are where the candidates will come through. We'll talk about them, we'll interview them, and get the lowdown.
And we still got, like I said, we still got some time slots for Friday and Monday. So we've reached out to all the local candidates, and we'll try to fill some more of those up as we inch a little bit closer to Tuesday and the general election. So, of course, don't forget that absentee voting is still open down at the old courthouse, of course. And, yeah, everything's still at the old courthouse, so don't go to the new building just yet. So
The old courthouse?
Yeah.
The school district? What do we do?
Not the schools!
What?
Not the schools!
Keep it straight.
And they will be open for a few hours on Saturday as well.
Schools will be?
No, well, no, it's the
whatever.
courthouse.
Okay. The old courthouse and the new courthouse.
So confusing.
I don't know.
The old courthouse, the new courthouse.
He just
Which one?
He just wants to keep that school
Just
bond
stirring it up.
alive.
Just stirring it up. All right. Let it die.
Where will we vote? Where will we vote next?
Where do we vote at this time?
Are they having a special election? Well, Tate Reeves getting an endorsement from Donald Trump.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
I mean, that's not
From jail?
From jail?
What? Not Tate.
Is Trump locked up?
I don't know. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow.
Well, according to just a little news clip on Mississippi Today from Taylor Vance saying that the former President Donald Trump endorsed Republican Governor Tate Reeves' bid for re-election, likely giving him the incumbent governor a needed boost less than a week from the election. In a video, Trump says President Joe Biden is absolutely destroying our country, and that Presley is the Biden's chosen candidate. So I don't know. That's kind of it is about who you align yourself with, isn't it? If you're going to be a Democrat, or you say, okay, I'm on that team.
Of course, don't forget the gubernatorial debate is tonight at 7 o'clock on MPB.
MPB. What channel is that? Ain't it like 10, 9, 11?
If you turn the rabbit ears just right and you hold on to them.
Isn't that the tax-funded broadcasting that also gets donations from listeners?
Sure.
I believe so.
Right.
Wait a minute. Are they dissing public radio and television? No, I'm not.
Well, you were. I wasn't. Just for the record.
But I can tell you that I've listened a lot less since they got rid of Prairie Home Companion on the radio side of it. Anyway, that's a whole different story.
Mm-hmm.
So, 7 o'clock tonight, Presley and Reeves will debate before Tuesday.
Who's the moderator? Do we know?
That's a great question. I would imagine it'd be somebody affiliated. Well, I think WAPT TV is having it at their studios, so I would imagine someone maybe from their news department or maybe public radio or public television would be the moderator, I would think. So
I would love to have been the moderator. I think I would have been fair. I could have asked the question of Tate Reeves and say, Mr. Reeves, is it true or not true that you've had association with misdirection of funds from the
welfare scandal.
I know what I would ask.
You play volleyball.
And then he would answer, and then I would look at Mr. Presley and say, "You're a Democrat. Why are you running?"
You related to Elvis?
You related to Elvis?
Can you sing us a song?
I'd be like, "Hey Tate, how does it feel like to be called Tater Tot all the time?"
Yeah, ask him.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah.
Do you like tater tots? I like tater tots. Who doesn't like tater tots?
What's the new?
No, actually, I think any one of us could be a good moderator for.
What's the new Presley commercial I've seen where he's going after Reeves for basically using state funds to improve the governor's mansion? It's like he has lemon trees and a meditation garden at the governor's.
I'd like a meditation garden.
I
was like, all right, we're getting down to the nuts and bolts of everything now.
Last I checked, the governor's mansion is owned by the people of Mississippi.
Right.
So it is. If you're going to spend money on it, it would be tax money on the governor.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not his, but I think every governor, don't they always change things around anyway? I don't know. I mean, not to justify the expenditure, because I think it was a lot. I think it was a couple of $1 million, but I think it also, the mansion was in a state of repair or disrepair that really needed some attention.
We got to take care of.
But lemon trees?
Yeah, that's what he says in the ad. He's like, you put lemon trees in a meditation garden. All right.
What is a meditation garden anyway?
I don't know.
It's the garden you sit in.
I guess tranquil falls, and rocks and a bench. I don't know.
Sounds like a garden.
Is that where you go and get one of them little plug-in water fountains that bubbles over? And,
Maybe.
You just listen to the water trickle.
Okay.
And then 10 minutes later, you're going to the bathroom. So.
Right. Go again. What is going on with that?
I keep hearing that water. I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, well, anyway, I guess
porta potty out there.
Yeah.
It takes away from all the stress that I get from watching Fox News, I'm sure. I could use that. And it's not the news that stresses me. It's just that I have a list a mile long of medicines that I've had to ask my doctor about.
Right.
I mean, that's
it's the side effects
the
that
news,
get me.
The news doesn't bother me,
say?
but boy, when those commercials hit, I mean, I've got Skyrizi, I've got Senta Puchu, I've got Wada Bada, I've got
and gold.
And well,
don't forget about gold,
right?
And silver.
And so I've got a whole list of medicines that I've got to ask my doctor about, because they said ask your doctor about these medicines.
If you've experienced death with this medicine, call this number.
Right, exactly. Side effects could include death. Sorry about that. Don't sue us, please.
My bad.
Whoops. Oh, well.
How can we market this dangerous medicine? Well, I'll tell you what, let's just make a nice little video of people having a good time and having good relationships and enjoying their life. And then at the end, let's tell them at the end real quick.
Oh, don't forget about the two.
One.
Don't forget about the two lawsuit commercials too. You have the Roundup commercial, and you also have the Camp Lejeune dirty water commercial.
The dirty water.
Yeah, dirty water.
Well, what I don't get with the prescription medicines is they say do not take this medicine if you're allergic to it. And they, I mean, are we that dumb as a nation that we have to say that?
Yeah.
If you're allergic to this medicine, we recommend you don't take
the
it.
The worst part of that is how many coffins were there before they realized to put that in there. I mean, like how many people?
How many lawsuits really were there? The lawyers say they got to do that. Yeah. You didn't tell me not to take it if I was allergic to it. Okay.
So I'm just thinking, instead of me keeping a list of all of these medicines that I'm supposed to ask my doctor about,
you take notes as you're watching.
I got this crazy idea. Yeah, okay. I mean, when they pop a new one up there, okay, ask my doctor about this one.
Give me the legal pad.
I think I'm just going to go back to the old days. I'm just going to try to eat right, get some rest, and eat Wheaties.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that might be the best way. What do you think?
I think
go back to the old days.
Go back to the old. Wait, why eat Wheaties when you can eat at the Magnolia restaurant? Boom!
There we go.
There it is.
I tell you what,
that'll keep you healthy.
I won't even ask my doctor about that. I'll just do it.
Do it.
Just go to ask him down there, and of course they've got the long haul breakfast. That thing will keep you going all day long. We all know where it is. Exit 153. And, of course, what are their hours of operation?
24/7.
They never close.
Never close. They're always open. That's right. And today, Wednesday, we've got fried chicken. And we have chicken and dumplings.
Ooh.
Man, that sounds great. And, of course, they got the fried or grilled pork chops, chicken tenders, and they always got the veggie plates. And my personal favorite, the Biggie Burger. How big is it?
Huge.
It's humongous. Go check them out. The Magnolia Restaurant inside the Queen City Truck Stop, exit 150. And they are always open.
All right, that's the
keep you healthy for that matter.
Magnolia Restaurant right there. Close. Get you something good for breakfast right now. Come back for lunch. Come back for supper.
That's right.
Like you said, they never close. What we'll do is we'll take a break. We'll come back after this. We're just going to take a break for your money now and pay a couple of more bills, and we'll be back. I'm Roger. He's Rob. He's Charles.
Yeah.
And this is November the 1st. The year is almost over.
Yep.
Christmas.
Pour some sugar on me. Well, I guess that's what you're saying when you go trick-or-treating. Go ahead, pour some sugar on me here.
Well, what I'll always tell you, today's the day for the candy to be like, 70 or 80% off. So, go snag it while it's there. Yeah. It's the best day to go get the leftovers.
We're going to go get some Tootsie Rolls for next year. We're going to stock up.
Last like 150 years.
Just get the candy corn. It lasts forever.
Nobody even eats that stuff.
If you process that, if you distill it, does it turn into candy mash?
I don't know. Good Lord.
Corn whiskey? Well, candy corn whiskey, I guess it would be.
Welcome back to Mornings in Meridian.
Somebody's working on that.
What a great idea.
Hey, here's candy corn moonshine. Def Leppard's Rick Allen, he's 60 years old today, so happy birthday. If the 1st of November is your birthday, here on All Saints Day, I guess it is, right, sir?
Yes.
Yes, All Saints Day. Other birthdays include Bill Anderson, still kicking, is he, at 86 years old?
Who's Bill Anderson?
Don't.
But he's still alive, whoever he is. I mean, congratulations.
A country music great.
Oh, is he?
A country
really?
music great.
Never, okay.
Yeah, I know. It's all right.
We'll have a class later.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip that one.
Okay, well, here you go. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Anthony, is it Kiedis or Kiedis? He's 61.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go.
It's gonna make him happy.
Oh, well.
What you got? Come on, that's it?
No, that's about it. I mean, that's about all I got for you there. We got Apple CEO Tim Cook. Yeah, you know.
Yay.
Thanks, Tim.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. So I look at my
Hold up. Thanks, Tim.
Apple Watch and phone, and on my iPad I've got going here. So all right, whatever.
That. Mornings in Meridian. It's a great day to. Well, let's see. Here you. Oh, I finally found one for me. The late hustler publisher Larry Flint, born this day in 1942.
I celebrate that birthday.
Okay, there you go. All right. Whew, good.
Larry Flinta.
You have not. Larry Flint.
Don't start.
I know it. They take the picture. I can't stop it. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Mornings in Meridian. We're just not right. I understand that, but you know what? We've got to bring it back here, get professional, because we do have a candidate in the room today.
Professional.
What?
Do we have
How
to?
do we do that?
Okay.
All right. All right. Rob, introduce who we have here in the studio with us.
We've got Nick Lisi. Of course, Nick's running as a Republican on the ticket for Justice Court Judge District 1. I think he's been here several times already. A lot of different times.
Absolutely, and only 6 more days. Of
Six
this.
more
And
days.
We've enjoyed the whole process, but we are sure glad it's coming to an end, one way or the other.
He's been on the show less than a minute. He's already lying. We enjoyed the process.
We've loved every minute.
Oh, well, the pounding, the payment, sweating my eyeballs out.
He did say his first door that he knocked on was January 20th.
28th. And most people probably don't like that part of the.
Yeah.
I guess being a Lisi, we love people and we knock on those doors, and that's the fun part.
So you're
truly.
telling the truth.
Absolutely.
You enjoyed the process.
I enjoyed that part.
All right. Well, there you go. Excuse me. I guess I called that one wrong.
Way to go.
Well, I just want to say that we've enjoyed the process. We've enjoyed getting out there, meeting people, and the people nearly running me over as they dressed me.
We're just sick in the head. We actually like it. We like to do it.
Oh, no. We always thank all the candidates, for putting yourself out there. I mean, this is a huge step because you've come out of the world of business and said, I want to serve the public in a public way. And my goodness, you've had quite the race.
We actually, it's been a battle. I think in either the Republican side, the Democrat side, it's been a true battle. I tell you what I do hear going door to door. Mm-hmm. That they like, especially in the Justice Court judge race, it never got ugly, because every time you check your mailbox the last several weeks, it's somebody bashing this person, somebody bashing that person. What people really want to hear is just what you can do. That's all. That's really all they want to hear. They don't really necessarily care about all that back and forth stuff.
Well, and I'll just say, I have enjoyed over the many years walking into a local restaurant and seeing the smiling face of Nick Lisi and staff greeting and taking care of me and all this other kind of stuff. But now let's translate all that into public service. I mean, what you're applying for and what you're asking the citizens to vote for you, and in the primary they certainly did, isn't quite like running a restaurant. So tell me how this is going to translate for you. How are you going to operate as should you be elected as the district court judge?
I always say,
Justice court judge.
Lauderdale County's allowed my family and myself to serve them for the last 47 or so years. And I'm asking Lauderdale County to let us serve them in a different capacity in justice court judge. I've got around 200 and some odd employees if they all show up on any given day, which Charles knows is just about impossible these days.
Roll the dice.
Yeah, that's right.
I like that.
We hope they do.
And if all 200 of them actually show up to work, they're going to come in contact with about 1,200 people per day. So when that much human interaction happens, disputes are going to arise.
Sure.
Personal disputes, misdemeanor disputes, all the way up to felony disputes within my own company. I wish we'd say we didn't experience those on a regular basis, but it's personal disputes just about every day. It's not once or twice; it's many times a day. And I wish I said I'd never been to justice court, but I've been to justice court on the other side of the bench.
But most of the disputes have been he put roast beef instead of turkey, pepper jack instead of cheddar.
Oh yeah. I wish. We employees might steal a misdemeanor amount, and unfortunately, we've been into the other court with felony amounts. So I understand both sides of the bench there, and I'll tell you, our 4 justice court judges we currently have been. I said it last time. I don't think Lauderdale County knows how blessed we are with our 4 justice court judges. They have let me poke and prod, and October 3rd made a year of me job shadowing. I go in at least 2 or 3 days a week, sitting with all 4 sitting justice court judges, and they let me ask questions, and they've helped me a ton. I can't really put into word and thank all those guys how much they've helped me.
I thought I heard him saying one time, I was kind of overhearing him say, which one of you going to take Nick Lisi today?
Who's got Nick?
Who's got Nick?
He's here again. Oh, gosh.
Is he bringing food?
Nick's down the hall. You got him today.
Right.
That's what I've said. Are you going to bring a party platter? I said, that's probably considered bribe till after November 7th. I said, maybe November 8th I can bring some platters.
There you go.
That's it.
I love it.
I know where I'm going to be on November 8th.
However, it would have been perfectly legal, though, to bring it to the radio station. But that's a whole other story. All right. I'm always playing that angle, Rob. You know that.
Media folks love food.
Hey, November 8th, you might have a delivery.
You don't see skinny radio people for a reason. Anyway, so you feel like you've developed not just the experience of dealing with these court situations in your own business, in your own life, day-to-day life, but also you've purposefully gone and watched the process and inquired and basically become, I would call it like an understudy.
Yes, sir. That's right.
So what are some of the things that you learned that kind of surprised you about the process?
I tell you, like I said, a lot of the stuff I understood, but I tell you what I learned the most was off of DUIs. You get a ton, on criminal, you have criminal on Tuesday, and that's predominantly, you've got a lot of stuff, but a lot of it is DUIs.
It's Criminal Tuesday?
Criminal Tuesday, yeah. That's pretty much.
I thought it was Taco Tuesday. I had no idea.
Not in justice court.
About that, okay.
Criminal Tuesday.
It's Criminal Tuesday.
So,
but you see all kind
I'm just curious about that term. I know I don't want to interrupt your.
No.
But Criminal Tuesday, and so what would be?
So you have civil. You have arraignments on Monday. Typically, you have criminal Tuesday. You have civil, which could be, like that last time.
Like on Wednesday,
like Roger didn't give me the right amount of time on the radio, and then we come in and we have to take him to civil court. It's just something, maybe something like that, But what I've learned truly most about is the DUI. I thought it would be predominantly just a good old fashioned alcohol DUI.
Yeah.
It is more than half now is DUI other. Like I said, it is over half at this point that are DUI other, which I was not aware of, and I've learned a ton about.
Basically narcotics.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. So you've seen that, and so you feel like now, obviously, you feel prepared to step into that role and become a district justice court judge.
Yes, sir.
District 1, of course, you're running for.
And that's I'll tell you what I like about the position, and I have a passion for young kids, teenagers, 20s, 30s, people that are still moldable. If you could get to them and get them off that hamster wheel of crime, and maybe they don't become felons and gangbangs. Mm-hmm. I was blessed with a father and a mother. If I got off on the wrong track, they didn't take me to counseling. They didn't talk to me about it. They whipped me back onto the right track. And I think
What?
tough.
Gus?
Yeah.
Gus
Look,
whip you?
No,
really?
right. He'd whip me at 40. I think Charles probably works out with him, you know?
I do, yeah, he would, right.
Okay.
So
And,
my money's on Gus.
You know, and look, I always joke, you know, Gus, he goes to the gym several days a week, but I'd venture to say his jaw is in better shape than anybody else. Because I said, Dad, I know people duck you when they see you in the gym. They're like, oh, God, here he comes. He's going to be here. He's going to be talking for a while.
Love your dad. He's good. He's a good man.
He is, but I see that in my own businesses with young kids, especially. They weren't blessed with a mom and a dad that I had. So you become
And your
that.
mom's great too.
Oh
by
my
the way.
gosh, she's the best. She's the real boss.
real saint. Yeah.
She's the saint. She's the boss. She's the quiet. She cracks the whip very quietly though. But
Quiet pressure. Don't you make me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
she doesn't even have to raise her voice. So you just got to give us a look. You
Ooh,
know?
the mama look.
That's it.
There you
Got
go.
one of those.
You know, these kids, I see it again in my own business. You become their mothers and fathers and have to teach them. And like I said, all 4 of the Justice Court judges have helped me a ton. But I tell you, there's one in particular, and I can't call his name. He goes above and beyond. He's the harshest sentencing judge, in my opinion, but he follows up with these folks. He gets their names. He gets their numbers. They call them, especially when they're young. Make sure they're on the right track. Do you have a job? Are you doing the right steps to make sure try to get them on the right track? And the only way to change people is to penetrate that heart at the end of the day. Really, at the end of the day, to really change them, you know?
Well, there you go. So you decided you want to get involved because I guess from what you're saying, you decided to get in it because you were basically living the system by going to court and handling cases of your own. So you said, what was the magic thing that said, maybe I need to run for this?
Well, just being able to help the community. The community has blessed my family for 47 years, and I feel like this is a way that I can give back. I can try to make a difference in a small way, and it comes again back to those young kids. If we can't get to that next generation, I think we're lost. I mean, we're spinning wheels because those are the people that are going to be taking care of us one day. We got to make sure they know know how to act. And again, it comes back to really a home upbringing. We can't cure that in justice court, but again, I still think if you punish accordingly, you got to have consequences to your actions. And if I'm fortunate enough to get into justice court, you're going to get your day in court. But if it's proven that you've done something wrong, you've got to have some consequences. It's just like a child. If you don't whip a child, they run amok. And not that it has to be harsh all the time. Sometimes people need. If somebody comes to justice court that has never been in trouble a day in their life, I'm going to do everything under the law to help them. Everybody's been in trouble a time or two in their life. Some probably got caught, some didn't, and that's the deciding factor. And but you got some people that treat it as, I always joke with some of the clerk. I said, is there a loyalty reward card? Like after 6 punches, do they get a free cup of coffee? These people are coming in on a regular basis, and I think that's what we've got to stop.
Remind me how often you have to go to the bench and make these decisions. I know there's a rotation among the judges.
There's a rotation. There's roughly around 4 days a month, but you're on 1 week a month. You're on call to sign warrants and do different things. So, but you're in court 4 to 5 days a month, typically per judge.
Okay, very good. We're just, in case you just joined us, we are visiting with Justice Court Judge candidate for District 1, Nick Lisi.
That does baffle me, though. Go back to saying that the folks that come in that much, though. I mean,
It is
just
regular.
just unbelievable to me.
Wow. And that's what we've got to stop. From a taxpayer standpoint,
Yeah.
when these people constantly clog up the system, that's why it takes ages to get anything done, and again, it comes back to consequences.
All right. And Charles, any questions?
No, I totally agree with you. Part of the appeal of working in the restaurant business is having these young kids and seeing the future. And there's so many that are inspiring. A lot of these young kids get a bad rap, but then there are some others that, we really want to help. And so I know exactly where you're going with that, and I can really relate to that because that to me is, as I said, that's the appeal. There's a certain energy with this youth, and and so I feel for you there, and I know exactly where you're coming from, and I think you're exactly right. We need to stop that cycle of this recidivism where they're just committing the same crimes over and over and over again. No consequences, and before you know it, they're in parchment for 20 years.
Well, and we've got several young kids that worked with us over the years with my family. They've got their own Subways now. Like we tried to help you. When somebody's got it, you don't hold them back. You got to help them because you're not, I'm not going to say at all places, but some organizations, they want to keep people down and just use them for their. If I see somebody's got it in my business, we're going to do all we can do to help them get there, because that's really the ultimate goal. I mean, and the same in justice court. But you got to show these kids the easy way. My dad told me a long time ago and showed me a long time. He said, that easy money you make doing the wrong things when you're young, it's gone. It leaves and comes. He said, you work hard. It doesn't make sense, son, but he said, you work hard, that blood, sweat, and tears, it typically sticks a little bit better, you know?
That's exactly right.
I think all those little things that you can, again, you could do that through justice court. You spend time with these kids. Again, there's more than kids come through there, but that's my passion. I feel like we can change. I don't know that I'm going to change a 55-year-old man's way of thinking. We can try.
Well, all I can say is if a 63-year-old man comes through your court, I just encourage you to be as lenient as possible.
Please. Name Roger, maybe.
That's right.
If by chance.
Just give him every possible
Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, lots of doubt. I mean, you'll never have more doubt than. Yeah, anyway, no, it's good on you for doing this. And, of course, obviously you don't stop being the entrepreneur. You don't stop being the businessman in town. You're just adding this onto your resume, your job board. So do you have time for it?
Absolutely. Like I said, I always say, it's an old saying, but if you want to get something done, give it to a busy man.
Well, that's true.
Because I love to work. My wife will tell you that's my strong suit and negative. But I've got a wife that will crack that whip and say, Nick, you left the house at 4:30 this morning. It's 8 tonight. Get home. But I love it. I do a bunch of things, but I enjoy work. My wife would probably not love me if I was home all the time, because I can't sit still. COVID was the worst. That little span of time when I guess it was Easter. I can't remember what Sunday it was, but my wife said, Nick, sit down. You have looked out of every window in the house 10 times, just pacing, looking at the phone, thinking something's wrong, like it's not ringing off the hook like normal. I'm a busybody, but I enjoy it.
Okay. This is just a question that has occurred to me. Don't take offense, but you have Italian blood in you.
Yes, sir.
As a judge, you're supposed to listen.
Yes, sir. Well, being my dad's son, I got to listen a lot. I really didn't get a good word in edgewise. So
fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough.
Say no more.
Okay.
We can all appreciate that.
That's good.
I just had to put that out there, Nick.
It's true. Look, I've had to listen a lot with Gus. It's still to this day,
Thanks for having fun with us on that.
No, I enjoy it.
Appreciate that. Well, of course, folks, just remember that we are just a very few days away from the election, and of course, nobody's looking more forward to it than candidates like Nick Lisi, running for Justice Court Judge District 1. Anything you want to tell our listeners that we haven't asked you about or talked about?
No, just get out and vote. There's a lot of folks that have fought and died for this right, and it's so aggravating sometimes when you look on that voter roll of people that are not registered. Yeah, I mean, I know it's too late to get registered for this one, but I mean, just get out and vote and do what we can do, because you get a say-so in all of these positions. You get a say-so in the sheriff's race. You get a say-so in justice court. You get it in supervisor races. And nobody wants to hear you complain unless you get out there and vote and do your part. And that's really what I want to reach out to listeners and express.
Get out there and do it.
Yes,
and vote at your regular precinct
this
time.
Absolutely. Not at the school.
Not at the schools.
The old courthouse, the new courthouse. What?
We've got to take a minute and tell our listeners because our listeners vote every day, and they vote for the businesses that support us. And of course, we're talking about the good folks down there at A&A Glass. I'm going to tell you right now, whenever you hear that sound on your windshield, and I heard it just the other day, fortunately, no breakage, but it's that sound that'll make a preacher cuss, and that's that sound of rock hitting the windshield. And if you have a crack, if you have something that needs repaired, it's not a problem if you already automatically know where to go. It's A&A Glass.
There's only one place to go. That's right. A&A Glass, 217 22nd Avenue or Cedarwood Parkway. They're open, of course, 8 to 4, Monday through Friday. The #1 glass replacement company here in town for 10 years running. They must be doing something right. Give them a call, 601-693-GLASS. Adam and Adam will take good care of you. They'll work with your insurance company. They got the best prices in town, and they're fast, and they got great T-shirts. Go see him. A&A Glass, 217 22nd Avenue. That number again, 601-693-GLASS.
There you go. It's Mornings in Meridian, and we have a minute. If you have a question for the candidate, you're welcome to call us at 601-485-9191, 601-485-9191. All right, Nick, and here's kind of a scenario. You know me, you know Charles, and we appear before you because Charles owes me $800 and he hasn't paid it.
I'm not going to.
No matter what the score
So
Sounds like something's already happened.
you're in front of
I forgot about that.
yeah, he forgot about it, and then says he's not going to pay it. So now he and I are before you, but we're kind of like you know us, right?
Yes.
Of course, I know he's got the upper advantage because he's a fellow restaurateur. So I already feel like
you're already down one.
And I work out with guys.
So how do I get a fair shake in front of you?
I would have to recuse myself. That's that's how you do that in any situation. If you're if you feel that you're not able to be fair and unbiased, you have to recuse yourself.
Because you got three other judges in the other three districts, yeah.
And there's had situations while I've been sitting in justice court with all four judges had to recuse themselves, and they have to bring in a judge from out of town to hear the case.
Wow. Okay.
Seriously,
It's rare,
Small
but
town.
I've seen it one time where everybody,
How about that?
they knew everybody.
I wasn't aware of that.
No.
But
a
that's
first.
good.
That is good, though.
And
yeah.
look, I'm a slow driver, so I got pulled over many years ago by one of the sitting justice court judges for driving too slow, going down Highway 19. Pulled me over, thought I was drinking and driving at 11:30 in the
Impeding
day. And he
traffic.
said, "We just thought you might be." I was going about 5 miles under the speed limit in the right. I was in the right lane. I was doing in the slow lane. But I'm a slow driver, so I'm that guy you're probably cussing at going to work because you're late and I'm not,
Slow driver.
Yeah, get pulled over for being slow.
Wow. Okay. There you go. I guess that you're just meditating. I guess or thinking. Or
Look, I'm an early bird, so I don't have to speed. So I'm a grandpa.
well, good for you. The keeping everybody safe out there.
You talking about on Thursday I was going to get seafood. My mother called me last Thursday. Me and Jeff were riding together, and she saw on our little Life 360 we were going 80 something, and my mom's thinking it's me. But she said, "Nick, I knew for a second it couldn't be you because you don't drive 80
So we know how fast Jeff drives.
That's right.
He's an old soul. All right, we're just less than a week away now. It's Tuesday, November the 7th. That's it. That's going to be the election. Get out and vote if you haven't already. And of course, Nick Lisi is asking you if you'll vote for him for District 1 Justice Court Judge. All right. I want to say a big thank you for you coming in. One last statement before you go.
Hey, just get out and vote, guys, and vote for me, November 7th, Nick Lisi, Justice Court Judge of District 1.
All right. Well, there you go.
There we go.
Now we're going to have another candidate coming on next, and if you're watching on our Facebook page, you probably see him over there. He's sitting in the corner. He's He's
Oh, man.
and he's brought stuff. All right.
Goodies.
Of course, we do know that when Nick Lisi comes on after the election, he'll bring us some stuff.
Oh, you know it. Yeah, look
No
forward to
problem.
that.
All right. We'll come back and we'll visit with he's he's the incumbent candidate for Supervisor District 2, and that's Wayman Newell.
That's right.
All right. We'll visit with him in just a little bit. Roger. Rob.
Good morning, sir.
Charles.
Yep.
And in just a moment, we're going to be introducing our guest, the next candidate for the interview here. And this is actually the Wednesday before Election Tuesday. So in just a moment, we'll be talking with Wayman Newell, candidate for Supervisor District 2. He is the Supervisor District 2. And so we'll be talking with him in just a moment. But first, guys, welcome back to the next hour. Everybody,
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, great interview. Nick Lisi, glad he could stop by.
Glad he could stop by. And, of course, we had a candidate for that same office yesterday. So, folks, we just tell you that if you want to be on our program before election, you have to reach out. Well, we've reached out to you. If you haven't responded, that's up to you. But if you want to be on the show, our number at the office is 601-693-3434. 601-693-3434. Anyway, let's talk about one of our sponsors and then get into a conversation with our guest.
That's right. Well, let's talk about Barber and Sons Plumbing.
Oh, just called him.
Did you?
Just called him the other day. Got a problem.
Did they fix the problem?
Well, they're coming.
They're fixing the problem.
It's not an emergency, so they're taking care of some emergencies and they're coming.
Well, of course, I use them a lot too, and everybody does in town because they invented indoor plumbing, and if they didn't, well, they almost did because they've been in business for over 80 years. And of course, they sell every type of plumbing part that is available. You can even take a picture of the plumbing issue that you have at your home, show it to Gary, and he knows exactly what part you need. He will even show you how to fix it, explain in detail, and then you take it home, and it's as good as done. You don't have to wander around a big box store looking for aisle 47, bin 32. You get the wrong part, you got to bring it back, wait in line. No, none of that at all. Just it's one-stop shopping at Barber and Sons Plumbing. And as you said, Roger, they will even come to your home or business and make a repair as well. They're at 1123 26th Avenue. You can give them a call, 601-482-7023. Barber and Sons Plumbing.
Yeah.
Been in business for over 80 years.
Yeah. This problem happens to be at our church. It's just one of those little urinals that you flush and it doesn't stop running, so you got to kind of get that fixed.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen that before? Yeah. Well, they're coming to take care of that.
Okay. All right.
So that's pretty good. That just shows you they work on all kind of things. Related to plumbing.
If it's plumbing, they'll work on it. They'll fix it. They'll show you how.
Want the clean water coming into the building, the dirty water going
out.
And keep it all flowing the same direction.
Flowing.
And all the fixtures shutting off when they're supposed to shut off.
Right.
All right.
Turning on when they turn on.
That's exactly right. All right, well, it's time to get into our interview. We're glad to have. He is the supervisor currently for District 2 here in Lauderdale County. He has been for a number of years. He'll tell us that in just a moment. Welcome to the studio, Mr. Wayman Newell.
Good morning, men. How y'all?
Doing good,
Doing
sir.
great. Good to see you, sir.
Certainly glad to be here this morning. Yeah, kind of chilly out there this morning. Jumped in the truck. Had the little old bitty coat on. Had to go back and get the big boy.
Get the big boy.
Yeah, turn that heat up, too. I know
Ooh.
it. Man.
Yeah. I love it.
But you know, hey, November the 1st. It's time for a frost. Time to run. Matter of fact, I killed a big rattlesnake Saturday out campaigning. He was in the road and killed a big rattlesnake. But hopefully this frost will run him in.
Wow.
But
It's all part of the service, huh?
yes.
It's not bad.
Hey,
Was he on the road or?
yeah,
Oh.
I'm sure a bow hunter would be happy that I got him.
Yeah, yeah. I'm happy that you got him. I'm not a big fan of rattlesnakes.
But you know, I've been the supervisor for 4 terms, 16 years. It's been a honor to serve the people of District 2, and certainly look forward to serving them another term. We've done a lot of things.
You've accomplished a few things while you've been in office over 16 years.
Yes, sir. And
I always thought you just sat up in that big chair that they show on TV, and y'all sit there and just look at each other and hear people talk. I didn't know that y'all actually got out and did anything.
well, I told the people 17 years ago, if they elected me as supervisor, I would be a full-time supervisor and a working supervisor.
What are some of the things that you feel like you accomplished over that 16 years?
And I appreciate you all from that. First thing I did, when we got elected, was clean off the largest African-American cemetery in Lauderdale County and got it declared a historical cemetery.
Oh, that's right here on 10th Avenue.
10th Avenue,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
And then, later we restored Magnolia baseball field, got that field back up and running, had nobody played on it since 1985. and it was in full play in 2012. We also put a bathroom concession stand there, and just last year, Andre Harris Jr. is the director of that, and he said they needed a new scoreboard. I reached out to some private individuals. They contributed, and the Board of Supervisors did the rest of the money to put a brand new scoreboard there. And Mr. Tommy Delaney donated the steel to have it erected. So,
Very nice.
You know, and another thing that I am really proud about is we, as a supervisor and the Board of Supervisors, has been able to pave 16 dirt roads.
Wow.
We have got those folks out of dust and mud, you know, and I am real proud that we have been able to accomplish that. Also, we're working on the 12th bridge in District 2, which is right up the road here at Meridian.
You've had 12 bridges?
We have replaced 12 bridges throughout District 2 since I've been in office. And, you know, it's inconvenience for people, but you got to think about how many kids go across that in a school bus a day, you know, and if we didn't replace them, and inconvenience for people and somebody got hurt, much long killed, you know, then it's too late to cry the wolf is here. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, then we've also cleaned off the industrial park out there for shovel ready. You know, the people say you couldn't see your business out there on 20 and 59. We spent $4 million to get that industrial park cleaned off. But we had 3 supervisors to go to Jackson, talk to our congressional delegation, and they were able to get the money back, so it didn't cost the taxpayers anything. And it's shovel ready. It's got water, gas, so on and so forth. And then
Drive by it every day.
every day.
Yep.
And let me say this, you know, people say it hadn't been no industry. In the 16 years that I've been here, it's 2 industries came. Unfortunately, one of them didn't survive because of the economic situation, which was Handy Hardware.
Yeah, I
but
remember.
BWI is still there. So, you know,
Is there any, well, I mean, while you're talking about that, let me interrupt you and ask, are there any prospects that you know about? I know you probably can't talk about. Are there any prospects that you know about that we might be seeing in the future?
Well, you know, the MBDC is always bringing something to us with potential, something on the horizon. But, you know, we bait it down to the next to last cut, and then we get cut. But I know it's something out there, but it's not official. Let me say that.
Yeah. Now, speaking of the EMBDC, I'm just curious, what level does the Board of Supervisors support the EMBDC?
Well, since I've been in office, I had this looked up the last time I was on the radio. We as a board, in the last, since I've been on the board, we have contributed over $4.5 million to the EMBDC to relocate or solicit industry to come here, and that's not counting the $4 million that we cleaned off the industrial park out
Not
there.
including that. Okay.
No. And you know, continuing on with some of the things, you know, we got the solar plant out there between Tumasuba and Russell.
Yeah, people don't see that because it's not on any thoroughfare, and they don't really realize unless you, like some of us, fly over that area of the country. You don't know that's there, but that is a huge solar farm.
Yes, and when they were building that, they tore Knox Road all to pieces. I got with the attorney, and we as a board was able to get $300,000. excuse me, $300,000 to repave that road. That the taxpayers of Lauderdale County did not have to pay to get that road done. Simply for the reason, you know, not saying that I didn't want it, but you know, if they tore it up and they destroyed it, to tell you the truth, and we were able to recoup $300,000 and get it resurfaced for those fine folks out there.
All right, so a lot of repaving, a lot of work. You got some repaving going on right now, I understand.
Yes, sir. We have 3 roads out at in the let's see, that would be the northeast. No, I'd say southeast part of District 2. Old Homestead Road has just been repaved. Russell Marion has been completed now, being repaved, and we're on Russell Topton, and with new pavement now.
I like that one. That one goes by my house.
Very
That one goes by my house.
And we are going to come back and stripe it. And and let me say this: we have resurfaced numerous roads in District 2 and striped and put night reflectors for people with the glasses and so forth. They can see much
I can't
better.
say enough about the striping and the reflectors. That helps immensely for driving and navigating these roads at night. So I hope there's a lot more of that in the future for our county roads.
And I do too. You know, the first one that was done was Old Marion. I mean, no, not Old Marion. Excuse me, Minnebucket. And the reason we did Minnebucket was it had been so many accidents and death on that road. So I got it. That was the first one in Lauderdale, first county road to have reflectors because of the danger of it. And it worked out real well. And over the years, other roads have qualified, and we're certainly thankful for that.
Now, just please continue. Other things that you might highlight during your time here.
Well, you know that it's always a challenge. The weather. Since I've been in office, we put sirens at every volunteer firehouse in Lauderdale County. You know, it doesn't reach out to everyone.
Yeah.
But hopefully that if you hear it, you'll call your neighbor. I've got a little sinus drainage. I apologize for my.
We can get you some water if that'll help.
I can do that.
I'll be glad to.
That'd be
Please.
good. Yeah.
And you know, Velma Young. Let's talk about Velma Young out there. The county hauled all the dirt for the foundation. We had to build that property up 4 feet. The county built it up, and then the county paid to have the parking lot paid. The city did the building.
I see.
During the erection of the new Velma Young, it was a gentleman named Mr. A.C. Henderson. Told me that he was very concerned about all those children over there going back from the school to Velma Young because it had been a child drowned in that creek. I don't know the name of it. It may be Robbins, but I don't know that for sure. But anyway, I took it to the board, and we had a fence put up between the Velma Young and the school there. Thank you. And certainly don't have to worry about anybody else getting drowned in that creek.
All right. A lot of things to think about that a supervisor, the Board of Supervisors does, and of course, you're describing some of the things that do take place. We've got a caller on the line who would like to ask you a question, if you're okay with that.
Please.
Good morning, caller. Welcome. How you doing?
I'm great. How y'all today?
Just fine, sir. Do you have a question for Wayman Newell?
I do. Mr. Newell, I was just wondering, I hear you said we spent, supervisors or taxpayers have spent $4.5 million on EMVCD, and we have one business to show for it. In your opinion, did we get the bang for the buck, so to speak? Do you think that's worth $4.5 million?
You know, to the people working there, probably yes. In my opinion, I can't say it is or it isn't, but to me, I've always said this. I don't think that the leadership there is aggressive enough. You have to be, you know, it's just like you guys play football and all that. You got to be very aggressive to win ball games, and you got to have the the killer instinct, if you will, to nail and seal the deal. So, that's not my expertise. My expertise is to support the EMBDC, and if they bring something to the table, then we, sweeten the pie. We can build a road for them, drainage, put a culvert in, or anything. Give them a tax exemption for years. We can really, as a supervisor, sweeten the pie to make them want to come here. But you've got to have somebody that wants to come to Lauderdale County before we can even try to help.
Yeah.
And I hope that answered that question.
Well, pretty much. I just wondered, like when you have a place like H.M. Huebner that's going to Sugarlock for hundreds of jobs, and not to knock Sugarlock or Knoxville County, but they don't even have a red light or a grocery store or a motel in that city, and a place that's going to employ hundreds of people going there rather than Lauderdale County. I can't understand that. I don't know what we did or didn't do to grab that piece of the pie. But we can't drive up to Sugarlock and do business with those guys, but at the same time, I was amazed that it beat Lauderdale County out.
I am too, and it's just like Newton and the big brewers, I believe it is over there. I was shocked that it went to Newton and not Lauderdale County.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Appreciate you being out there, caller.
Y'all.
All right, thank you. We're visiting with Wayman Newell, incumbent for Supervisor District 2. We had a question at the beginning of the show. Rob, you want to remind us what the question was from one of our callers about? It was about endorsement of Willie Simmons, highway commissioner.
Someone had gotten a mailer out about Willie Simmons, who is running for re-election for, I believe, what is the guy's transportation commissioner. And there was a photo of the Board of Supervisors, I guess, committing their support behind Mr. Simmons, and just, they ask about that. So,
well, excuse me. Certainly, Mr. Todd is in full support, and
Mr. Todd being another supervisor.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
And let me say this: I am in support of Mr. Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for him, this bridge up here, I've been trying for 9 years to get the money. He got the money to Lauderdale County.
You're talking about the bridge up at
Meridian.
Meridian.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He got the money for us to have that bridge, $1.1 million. Now, he's also having 11 and 80 surveyed now to widen it out to hopefully attract more industry. And
Over near the industrial part.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Also, he got the money to do 22nd Avenue in Meridian, Mississippi. He's done projects in Lauderdale County on 19, and he's worked supporting and continuing to support Highway 19 going to Philadelphia.
Yeah, we were talking about that this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a little bit more to widen there.
Yeah.
And he's put reflectors in the middle of the road on 19 going south. It's more about Republican and Democrat to me. I support the man because he has really brought a lot of money and improvements to Lauderdale County, East Mississippi. So, yes, I support Mr. Willie Simmons because I think he's done more than any other commissioner in that seat since I've been in politics and kept up with anything like that. So the answer is yes, I support Mr. Willie Simmons.
Good deal.
All right, there you go. Glad we had to ask that question, since it was brought to us this
someone
morning.
had asked,
All right, a couple minutes.
Well, let me say one other thing. Anytime somebody gives me $1,100,000 to replace a bridge, he's got my support.
There you go.
Give me $1 million, I'd support him.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay, I got you there. Anything you want to tell our listeners? I know we're running out of time here, but go ahead and finish up and close out with any remarks you have about your candidacy, sir.
Well, again, I appreciate the invite down here, and again, I'm sorry about this sinus drainage, but that's nothing I can do. I certainly want the people to look at what I've done. I asked the people to give me an opportunity to serve them. I'd be a working supervisor, and I have done that, you know, and I would like to continue that. And today at 11 o'clock is going to be a special news.
A press conference?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I certainly hope everybody will be listening to that. And any day now, I'm expecting word on whether or not we're going to receive the money through Russell Utilities to get the water for Beth Ratcliffe. I want to stress this point: the supervisors has we cannot have anything. We don't have any say over power, sewer, or water. They have their own governing bodies. We know nothing of their day-to-day operations. So certainly hope that I'll hear any day now that we have the money for the project on Beth Ratcliffe. And when I say we, Lauderdale County Russell Utilities, not the Board of Supervisors. Okay. Again, November the 7th, out there in that historical graveyard on 10th Avenue, it's 96 veterans, 5 different wars. Think about them and go vote. Wayman Newell, Supervisor, District 2.
There you go. Thank you, Mr. Newell, for being here with us. We appreciate it. And, of course, folks, he gives good advice. All candidates, please get out. They encourage you, get out and vote on Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Or get down there and get your absentee taken care of at the circuit clerk's office.
Got a few more days to do that. So
there you go.
Yep.
We'll take a quick break, come back with more of Mornings in Meridian. Stay tuned. And, my goodness, wait, time's flying here. We got a quarter of a show left. All right. We'll be back.
Can we drop that song?
No, that's that's a dedication going out to my good man there, Mr. Charles Frazier. Let him know that Bill Anderson, country music.
You
great.
asked for it.
I didn't ask for it. I mean, I won't ask for it again.
Happy
I'll tell
birthday
you.
to Bill Anderson, 86 years old today. Other birthdays include Def Leppard's Rick Allen, 60 years old. Big and Rich's Kenny Alpin is 60.
Is he the big or the rich?
He's one of them, that's for
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Anthony Kiedis, 61. Whatever. Lyle Lovett, 66. So happy birthday if today is your birthday.
Mr. Julia Roberts?
Yeah, Julia Roberts' ex. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. From Tomball,
You think
Texas.
he's getting alimony from her?
I would have.
Yeah. Hey, me. That's right.
I'm telling you. Let's talk about our sponsors that make this show possible. Some good folks like... Well, let's see. We've got Purvis Business Machines right now. We
can do that.
Let's
yes,
talk to them.
indeed. Of course, we can talk about them. And, if you talk about document management, there's only one company in town, and that's Purvis Business Machines. You can go see them on Highway 39 North there at 4505 Highway 39 North, or check them out online, gopurvis.com. They've got lease return color copiers. You can save up to 85% on those, which means you're paying 15% of retail.
Wow.
Just gently used. And, I've got a Purvis Business Machine. We've got many around the office here, and Roger, you even have some at home.
Yes, I do.
And what I like about them most is their motto, service, not excuses, and they live by that. If you need any help from them at all, it's just one phone call away, and they are there, whether you need toner, repair, or anything like that. It's just that easy. Give them a call today, 601-693-COPY. That number's easy to remember. 601-693-2679, or check them out online, gopurvis.com.
All right. While we're talking about born on this day, it was the late Crawford Long, 1815. He was the first doctor to use ether as anesthesia in surgery in 1815.
What did they use for that? A little whiskey?
It must be
Probably
something
morphine,
like that.
We got to knock
opium.
him out.
Yeah.
Like literally knock him out.
They used the hammer.
Doctor.
It's like Chevy Chase in Funny Farm. Said, we got to knock him out.
He was later quoted as saying, "Yes, I remember that first time. I forgot we didn't find a way to wake him up. We
knocked him out, and then
gotta
it was
figure out what to
permanent.
do.
Oh well.
There's a big event coming up here in Meridian, Mississippi, and here to talk about it is a woman who she probably does not have any Bill Anderson records either.
Yeah, I bet I don't know.
But she's a musician, an artist, and just an all-around great gal. Let's welcome Rochelle Putnam to our
Thank
studio
you.
this morning.
It's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
You don't really have any Bill Anderson records, I'm sure.
Oh, you don't know how old I am.
But we're just glad you're here, and we're willing to hear about what's going on in town.
Well, so it's going to be the last full moon on 5th of 2023. So it's going to be this Thursday. We're doing it on Thursday because
Thursday.
Yeah, the Riley Center has an event on Friday night. So this will
Okay.
be a perfect time to come out. The weather's going to be great. Just wear
Okay.
your jacket. We got wonderful music.
Sound effects provided by
You're welcome.
Tyler Tisdale is going to be the music.
Tyler Tisdale.
Yes.
Does he have Bill Anderson records?
Well, no, he's too young for that.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
he might sing a few. Who knows? But he does a lot of his original music.
Yeah, very good.
And
what style is Tyler Tisdale? What would you say?
Well, he's kind of a singer-songwriter, but he's also got some power jamming too.
Okay,
So,
all right.
So it won't be just slow music going on. We're going to have some jamming because it's going to be out of this world.
Going to have some jamming out of this world.
We be jamming.
It'll be nearly the moon. It'll be on the moon, the full moon actually. On February.
Yeah. In fact, that is our theme is out of the world. So wear your spacesuit if you'd like to.
Do you have a spacesuit?
Well,
Roger?
it's been hanging up all these years. I hope
dusty.
it's cleaned and
Yeah,
ready
take
to
it to the dry
go.
cleaner.
Yeah, it's the one I used in the Apollo program. I was the astronaut that didn't make it.
We really have a problem now.
Didn't make the cut. Anyway.
We're
Okay.
going to double up on the kids' activities. So we're going to have lots for them to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to have their own tent. Julia has ordered the big Jenga blocks
What?
that they could.
Jenga? Really?
Yeah.
Like how
yeah,
big?
huge. Huge.
You don't know what Jenga is?
Oh,
No,
come on.
I was going with the huge. Yeah, huge.
Huge. He just saw me ask him what Jenga blocks.
Yeah,
No, I know what they are.
Jenga?
I know what Jenga
I'm a
is.
Bill Anderson fan. I don't know what Jenga blocks are.
He knows what Jenga blocks are.
Well, your
Anyway.
grandkids do.
There you go. That's right. You got that right.
And it's going to be 6 to 9.
6
as,
till 9.
As usual.
All right.
And it's just going to be a great time.
All right, that's this Thursday night, full moon on 5th, and Tyler Tisdale is going to be the performer. And so bring your jacket and your chair. It's not going to be that bad, is it? On temperature-wise,
A little chilly,
It's going to be
maybe.
a little chilly.
we're
yeah.
gonna work out, check with our
Well,
staff
and I think
meteorologist.
There's
here.
even more going on downtown. I believe that there are certain businesses having an open house. I think
Okay.
that Generations and the Robin's Nest and Liberty Shop and kind of all those along
It'll be
22nd
perfect,
Avenue are
yeah.
going to stay open, kind of a pre-Christmas. Well, I guess we're in the Christmas season now, so it's not even pre at this point. But,
Be about
so there will be other things going on downtown.
Yeah.
So it's a really good time
Oh,
to
yeah.
come down
It'll-
and kind of
it'll
check
be
out all the
great.
activity.
And
Yeah.
if you get cold, go check out the gallery. Of course, the Aces has their gallery, and
Very nice.
which artists can rent for 2 weeks if they want to have their own art gallery, or you can hold a workshop there. So there's so many things that Aces is doing for the community.
Where's the gallery?
It's right there on 5th.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right next to the restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
The island? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, good. All right.
Yeah. So
52 degrees at the beginning of full moon on 5th on
Okay.
Thursday.
once you get to dancing and all that, it's going to be perfect.
That's right.
Oh,
Okay. now-
there he goes now. Wait, hold.
Yeah, let's get it going.
What was in that bag that Wayman gave
Yeah,
you?
really. I need some of that.
It was a dime bag. I know that.
Wow.
Anyway.
All right.
Okay. See, everybody knows what that meant. don't they?
I have no idea.
I had the M&Ms. I ate the M&Ms and the Hershey chocolate out of it. That's what I had.
Okay.
All right. Mornings in Meridian. Glad you're out there. We want you to be part of the show. If you have any questions about some full moon on 5th, you can call us 601-485-9191. But there's usually lots of food and vendors that kind of supply that. What can we expect on this Thursday night?
Well, same food, same vendors. Our sponsors are Mitchell Distributing and
Okay.
Magnolia Beverage. So we'll have plenty to feed people, plenty to drink, and lots of fun.
Lots of food, lots of drink, lots of fun, lots of music. You'll get to see Rochelle. She'll be out there, and it'll be a great time. Thursday.
Good deal.
Full moon on 5th.
Love it.
Even though we've already had the full moon for real, this is going to be the full moon on 5th.
We have another full moon,
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's just
Maybe we
more
should.
and more coming. And this, as you said,
a fuller moon.
is going to be the last one for this year.
On Thursday rather than Friday, November 2nd, 6 to 9.
All right, Thursday, 6 to 9, because the Riley Center has a function going on, concert, something
Lake
going on.
Street Dive.
Yeah, going on Friday night there. All right, we got a caller on the line. Let's see if they have a question for Rochelle. Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
Good morning, gentlemen and ladies. I just want
morning.
to say Buddy loves full moon on 5th. He thinks
Buddy's
that's
a fan.
the coolest thing in the world.
Rochelle, didn't you say that no dogs allowed this year?
Right.
No, we
New rule.
love
Yeah.
dogs.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
You know what? I went to a restaurant. Today's my birthday, so happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday,
Oh,
Susan.
John
That's
Anderson.
right. You're
Last night went to eat, and the girl at the door said no pets, and I looked around and but she's driving, and she looked down at Buddy and no, I'm talking about the dog, and I'm like, oh, that's my kid dressed as in a Halloween outfit. We're trick or treating, and they're like, oh, okay, and let us in. So
Wow.
There you go.
Violation
Yeah,
of health code.
and,
All you got to say is that it's a service animal, and they can, restaurants can't do anything about that. I shouldn't tell you that, but you can.
Now everybody knows.
Thanks a lot,
HIPAA
Charles.
preventive.
Thanks
Actually,
a
ask me.
lot.
You cannot question that. Okay, fine, service. Come on in.
So if I
Yeah,
showed up with
well-
a big old skunk, that's like that's my
big
service.
old skunk.
Yeah, it's a service
No,
animal.
I would. There is no service skunk.
Well, wait a minute now.
That was Tuesday special.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right.
I was a little upset because I thought I was going to one of the nicest restaurants in Meridian, and they did not have hockey on the TV. They didn't even have a TV in there.
They didn't have hockey
I'm like-
on TV.
I'm like, come on, what kind of nice, fancy restaurant
we're
is
kind of in the
this?
middle of the World Series, and he's worried about hockey. I don't
yeah.
know. It's like, really?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, So, but anyway, but Charles, the food was good. Buddy enjoyed it.
Did you eat at Weidman's and they let you in with the dog?
Yeah, I told him it was my
Really? Oh.
As we peel the onion back
Okay,
here.
well, that is interesting. All right.
They're like, oh, nice outfit.
Glad your birthday only comes around once a
Nice
year.
outfit. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I always go out on Halloween. So,
I
I mean,
got
you
you.
know.
So, did you go into the dining room with that dog?
Yeah. It wasn't a dog. It was a kid trick-or-treating. Stick to the storyline.
It's the narrative.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can just imagine me sitting there and I'm having dinner at Weidman's and
Buddy's barking.
And then here comes Buddy.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Well, it was a couple of attorneys and the judge over at the table next to us, and he made friends with them and ate half their steak and everything.
Oh, okay.
So I mean,
Excellent.
Well,
All
I've met Buddy. I like Buddy, but I like Buddy when he's at your place, not at my place, so to speak. But anyway,
and Buddy's doing the Rose Hill Players. He's a member of that now, and he plays Shadow the Rail Dog.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at the municipal conference the other day. At
Okay.
the Max, they had a thing down there, and we were telling the story,
Yeah.
and everybody was saying that
Sorry,
dog knows
Rochelle,
how
I
to
didn't
work
mean
a
for this to
crowd.
happen.
It's a celebrity dog.
Celebrity
Yeah.
dog. Okay.
He is a celebrity dog.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right up there with Lassie and Rin 1010. I got you.
Benji.
exactly.
That's it, yeah.
Benji. That's right.
Beethoven.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, you kind of derailed our conversation with Rochelle. So,
Hey, that leads us to Rail Fest.
Oh, there. Yeah.
okay. Thank you,
But, hey,
Zane.
full moon, I love full moon.
Full
It's
moon.
a great thing. If anybody hasn't experienced full moon, they need to come out. They need to do their selfie in front of the moon. And I mean, it's just really cool.
And
I
if
got
you're-
every time me and Buddy have gone, I got pictures of him in front of the moon.
And
So
if you're really lucky, you can get your selfie with Buddy in front of the moon.
There you go.
And Zane. Yeah.
well, I have to recruit somebody to take the picture, but
Oh.
All right.
usually you can swap cameras and
Especially
you know,
since he's a celebrity dog, you want to get your picture with Buddy.
that's it. He is.
Yeah. I was thinking about having my picture of Buddy as he's. No, never mind. Okay. Let's be careful here. I was thinking about Weidman's again. I don't know. All right, let's take thank you, Zane. Appreciate you being out there. You have a good
guys
day.
have a wonderful day. Take care.
All right, back to the full moon on 5th. Rochelle Putnam telling you to please come out Thursday night, and it kicks off at
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. It's going to go all the way till 9 o'clock. Plenty of food, beverage, entertainment. Tyler
Tisdale.
Tisdale, yeah.
I knew it was in there somewhere.
Oh,
I have the problem of writing things I can't read. All right.
thanks,
And-
doctor.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all on this Thursday on Full Moon on 5th. Rochelle, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Always good
We
to see
really
you.
appreciate y'all
Well,
always highlighting these events.
we try to help. We try to help, and we'll watch the phone lines more carefully next time you.
Okay.
You come by. All right. Morning
That
Zimmer.
caller ID.
Yeah. In the meantime, if you get a minute, let's get together and look over our Bill Anderson collection. See, so you've got some songs I don't.
Right.
Anyway, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. More Mornings in Meridian coming up. Named after the state next to us.
Alabama.
Alabama. Yeah.
Alabama.
Wasn't the one I
is
wanted to
still
grab.
Alabama.
Oh, no.
There it is. Alabama's still Alabama.
There's the mute button.
Thanks, Eli.
Well, let's see now. Speaking of Alabama, I guess, we'll be staring at a weekend again. They'll be on our station here. And
yeah, big game Saturday night. Of course, we'll have pregame coverage starting at 3:30 Saturday for Alabama Crimson Tide football. They got the LSU Tigers coming to Tuscaloosa Saturday night. So we'll have the game right here on WALT. So, and of course, don't forget to head over to WALTmeridian.com and register for those Egg Bowl tickets for the game between State and Ole Miss on Thanksgiving. We have those up on our website, WALTmeridian.com. And, guys, big thanks to Chunky River Harley-Davidson and Bonita Wine and Liquor for sponsoring the ticket giveaway. So, WALTmeridian.com. Go register now if you want to go to the ball game.
boy, it's been a busy morning. Charles, is there something we haven't talked about that was on your mind that we need to get
Well, I always
off
like
your
to talk
chest?
about Jeffrey Wilson State Farm.
Jeffrey.
You like talking about Jeffrey Wilson State Farm?
Who doesn't like talking about Jeffrey
I
Wilson State
understand.
Farm?
He's a great guy with a
He
great
is.
company.
That's right. And here's the deal. When you combine State Farm, home, and auto insurance, you can save an average of $889.
That's huge.
That is huge. And, of course, Jeffrey Wilson is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Meridian. Call him today, 601-483-8253. And, their motto, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and Jeffrey Wilson is a good neighbor. You see him everywhere. And the thing about Jeffrey Wilson is he will sit down with you once a year and kind of evaluate all of your insurance needs and kind of revise things as needed. I mean, and that's really important that you do that. You just don't want to keep paying those bills every year and saying, the same old thing. No, you definitely want to kind of reassess things as your career develops and so on. So give him a call today, and he will set up a meeting with you, and he'll give you a free cup of coffee, too. 601-483-8253. Like a good neighbor, Jeffrey Wilson is there.
That is like a good
Yeah,
neighbor.
it's a great neighbor.
Guys, don't forget Reeves Presley debate tonight, 7
we'll have
o'clock.
some-
Of course, we'll have maybe some clips of that tomorrow we can play and see how that debate is tonight. So 7 o'clock. So between Brandon Presley, the Democrat, and Tate Reeves, the Republican, for governor.
That'll be tonight. Okay, we'll have that tomorrow, of course.
And then we're a week away from the next GOP debate. It'll be down in Miami between the GOP candidates that are still left standing on the Republican side.
And then there were 5.
We'll call it a GOP fracas. It's a fracas.
A fracas?
A fracas? Yeah. that's
Either
like-
one. It's a
anytime
melee,
you got a bunch of people asking different questions and
a
they're talking
cluster.
over each other.
You know what? Yeah.
Just
a cluster of them is what we'll leave it at that.
It's a cluster of Republicans
Right.
debating.
Cluster
601-485-9191 is our talk line. We've got a time for a call. Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
Yeah, let's catch up on some world news.
We're ready.
Kamala Harris is in London as we speak, giving or maybe not as we speak, but giving a speech on artificial intelligence.
Oh, gosh.
She doesn't even have
That's
any.
the last person needs to be doing that.
Who better?
Right.
Who better? If she had any, it would be artificial, right?
Well, it certainly wouldn't be natural.
I would recommend this. Why don't she use artificial intelligence to alter her voice a little bit? Because
personality.
Well, and her laugh also, huh?
Yeah, oh, man.
All right, guys, let me get serious here just a minute.
All right.
If any white student, there have been probably hundreds, I know hundreds, maybe even thousands of white students on college campuses who have been kicked out, expelled, suspended, or whatever you want to call it, for racism. But yet Muslims can flood onto these campuses, have all these Muslim students can go on these campuses, have all these protests, shout out death to Jews, the annihilation of Israel, wipe them off the map, this whatever, and the administration and law enforcement does not say one thing about it.
I know it's again, it's a kind of a social double standard that's out there.
Reverse discrimination would be a stronger term, but for some reason they are allowed to shout death to a whole race of people, and it's totally overlooked.
There you go.
I don't know.
Well,
anyway, thanks a lot, guys.
all right. Well, I tell you what.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That takes us to the top of the hour. It's time to get out of here, guys. Anything you want to say on our way out?
Yeah, we'll have Craig Houston on tomorrow, District 2 candidate for supervisor at 8 o'clock. And, folks, just stay warm and have a great day.
All right. God bless and buy local. See you tomorrow.